Hi guys, it wasn't a crime. Now those are the words from Tory MP and lockdown skeptic Sir Desmond Swayne. So first there were no parties, then the guidance was always followed. Then it was a work event, but the guidance was always followed. But certainly not a party. Then, yes, it was a party, but the Prime Minister was only there for a few minutes. Then it was just a piece of cake. Then he received a fine, apologised to Parliament, but went into the tea room after and said that he did nothing wrong. Now we have pictures of Johnson holding up a glass of something, probably wine, with his red box in the background, and the Tory line is, "It was a going away event." Have a listen to Desmond Swayne regurgitate this line.
It was a work do. That's what people do at work. You have leaving do's. Now, I understand entirely the public anguish at a time when they were locked down and they were not supposed to be together. But there clearly was a distinction between the workplace, where people work together and are effectively in a bubble, and what was taking place outside. And I don't know, but I presume the police have reached the same judgment, so they've not imposed fines for that. So that's the view that I take. The Prime Minister has apologised. Clearly there's a difference in judgment, but it wasn't a crime, and I don't believe that it was a party.
Okay, so what in Desmond Swayne's opinion is a party? Because Boris Johnson was standing there with a glass of wine, it seems, holding up, toasting to something. There were other people in the picture who were holding some sort of beverages. Look, it was a party, okay? We know it was a party. The problem here is, so there are a number of things that he touched on that I want to highlight here. So first of all, he was talking about, well, they were in their bubble and, they were in the workplace. And we've heard this argument before that, yes, they were having a few drinks or whatever, but it was within the context of the workplace. But that was not permitted. And a friend of Desmond Swayne, Michael Fabricant, went on to say, well, doctors and nurses and teachers were pretty much doing the same thing, which he had to apologise for after. But they're trying to sell you this idea that, look, there was nothing really serious here, no real rules were broken, there's nothing to see, just move on. And also he pointed out how the police are probably not investigating any further here. They're not issuing any fines. And there have been allegations. Now, I don't know if it's directed at Boris Johnson or just Number 10, but there have been allegations that Number 10 have put pressure on the police. And these, of course, are allegations that it would be embarrassing for Boris Johnson to receive another fine. Or it would be embarrassing for Boris Johnson to receive more fines. Numerous fines. So, is that true? I don't know. But what I find very concerning about this entire saga is the fact that the Metropolitan Police have access to CCTV video. And I've talked about this before. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there's recordings of people coming into Number 10 and leaving Number 10. You can see who they are, what they've been doing, if they're bringing stuff in, if they're taking stuff away. The police had access to all of that, and it took 2 years for them to decide we're actually going to issue a fixed penalty notice. Why did they wait 2 years? Why didn't they issue them at the time? So there's something amiss here. But once again, this is about defending Boris Johnson. The only way to get him out would be for his backbenchers to decide he has to go. And unfortunately, or fortunately for him, there's no one to step in and take his place. There's no natural successor. Rishi Sunak crashed and burned. Liz Truss, well, the less we talk about her, the better. So there's no one to replace Johnson. And I think the Tories are deciding, well, let's keep him for the foreseeable future. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.